Alice in Chains is a band that I think every dude who's ever felt sad, even a little bit in their life, knows about because we all know Alice in Chains, man. And every time they come on, it's always like, oh, hell yeah, dude, Alice in Chains is on. Apart from Alice in Chains is Billy Strings. He's somebody that I've recently learned about that I've just fallen in love with. I did a couple reactions to his song, some of his songs. So definitely some of the ones where he's smoking pot in. And I watched him on the Theo Von's podcast this past weekend. I watched that last week, which is just a weird way to say that with the name of the podcast. But anyways, I watched Billy Strings on Theo Von's podcast, and I just fell in love with the guy. He's so humble and very outrageously talented, and he's a big stoner. So that's just like, what more could I ask for, right? Bluegrass is great, and the way that he shreds an acoustic guitar just blows my mind. And then he'll sit there and talk like he's like, yeah, but there's like way better people out there than me. I don't really deserve this. And that just makes you go, no, man, you do. You do deserve it because people like me enjoy the hell out of you, man. So my older brother sent me a link to this video and said I needed to check it out. And I said, well, I'm going to have to make a reaction for this one because it's Billy Strings doing Nutshell by Alice in freaking Chains, dude. Let's go. He's also doing something called Red Rocking Chair and a Fish song. And I've never really listened to Fish, so I'm not familiar with the other two songs. I'm watching this for Alice in Chains, but you bet your sweet bippy I'm sticking through all the way to the end because it's Billy freaking Strings, man. But before I turn this video on, I'm trying to get in that same headspace that Billy Strings talks about in Theo Von's podcast, where he says, I smoke a lot of pot. Yep, that's how that gets done. Hey guys, I'm Dragon, or Great Stone Dragon, if you're not into the whole brevity thing. Oh Lord, I like to do this and then watch videos like this, or play drums or video games. Hey, that's what goes on this channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today and wanting to hang out with me. And if you burn one with me, please let me know in the comments. I love hearing when people do. We're going to watch Billy Strings. Just do me a solid. If at any point you just enjoy hanging out with me today in this video, consider hitting the thumb up button and subscribe and come hang out with me in another one. Okay, let's watch the majesty that is Billy Strings, dude. Tune-up time. Oh, I know that riff. Oh, it's about to get real sad and feelsy up in here. Oh, and they got the strings in there too. Not just Billy. Oh, wow. The banjo. Man, they got everything.
Chase Miss Printed Line.
I love all the candles too. What a vibe.
Face the path of time. And yet I fight this battle all alone.
What a badass.
No one to cry to, no place to call home.
Getting high before this was the right choice.
Gift of selfish rage.
Look at that bass. I think it's beautiful.
Privacy is rage. And yet I find repeating in my head. If I can't be my own, I'd feel better.
sound so much. Anybody who's in that audience right now on mushrooms is probably having an out-of-body experience. Hovering above the room, slow dancing with, I don't know, an angel. Mandolin player. Wouldn't have it any other way. You just put a distortion pedal on an acoustic guitar? It's wild. This is an easy video to get lost in. Full-on electric guitar soloing on an acoustic. Drummer's just holding it down back there too. Was it brushes? I don't think they're bundled. I think they're brushes. Whoa, the patterns on the floor look crazy right there. Is this him? I think is this him bleeding it into the next song? And they're picking it up now. like a highway robbery soundtrack type deal. He can move so quick too, both hands. Banjo stuff has always blown my mind too. The way you have to pick it.
Well, I've got no use for the red robin.
Seems super
I
difficult.
ain't got no honey baby now. Well, I ain't got no honey baby now. Well, who rock the cradle? Who will sing a song? Who rock the cradle when you're gone? Yes, who rock the cradle when you're gone? Yes, I'll rock the cradle. I will sing a song. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone.
I like the way you did that.
I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. It's all I can do. It's all I can say. Can't live together this way. We can't live together this way.
I didn't even realize there was a cello player back there. Ditch the bow, you got an upright bass. I think that guy's shirt. Oh. Just shredding. Man, when he starts doing that, he starts creating such a big sound with just one acoustic guitar. I've never heard anybody do anything like it.
Well, it's all I can say. I'll sing it to your mama next payday. I'll sing it to your mama next payday. Said I got no use for the red rocking chair, and I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no honey baby now.
Wow. Shut it down. What a freaking legend. Now he's going into the Fish song.
Hey, let's get Ronnie McCurry out here, everybody.
Ronnie McCurry. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look it up.
Ronnie McCurry, everybody.
Ronnie
Keeping it cool with Ronnie.
McCurry. American mandolin player. Okay, cool. So he's just like super good. Groovy. Yeah. They're just funnin'. Guy playing the violin kind of looks like Adam Scott from that angle. He used to be that good of a musician to where you can like just have fun and still blow everybody's mind. They're just jamming, dude. I'm not a guitarist. This still just blows my freaking mind.
When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts. When I first jumped off, I had that bucket in my hand. Ideas that would take me all around the world. I stood and watched the smoke behind the mountain curl. It took me a long time to get back on the train.
Who's doing the backing vocals?
Now I'm gone and I'll never look back again. I'm gone and
Oh, there he
I'll
is.
never look back at
Whoa, his
all.
cardigan is so fuzzy.
You know I'll never look back again. I turned my face into the howling wind. It took me a long time to get back on the train.
Keep it rocking on the snare drum. Whoa! Jeez.
Town that's passing by. You see me standing by the station in the rain. See me running in beside the car. Left it all behind and I have traveled far. It took me a long time to get back on the train.
Look at him. Solo it up. Solo it up on a mandolin. Jeez. It's a beautiful instrument, too. Look at that. It's like something out of a freaking D&D campaign. The fairy guitar given to you. Yeah, it's just a mandolin. Bass solo. Hell yeah. Is that a cello solo? A cellolo? What a freaking cool experience. Everybody's getting a solo. Hell yeah. The hell? Okay, that's what was going on. I was just saying, how is the guitar making those noises? That was the banjo player. Raining notes with a banjo. There he goes, putting distortion on an acoustic guitar again. Genius.
When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts. When I first jumped off, I had that bucket in my hand. Ideas that would take me all around the world. I stood and watched the smoke behind the mountain curl. It took me a long time to get back on the train. It took me a long time to get back on the train. Yes, it took me a long time to get back on the train.
Woo! Man. Is that how they close out the set? No, they're not done. That was wild, dude. Okay, shout outs to my older brother for telling me to watch that. He sent that to me this morning, or maybe it was yesterday morning. I think it was this morning. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of baked. But either way, so glad I took the time to watch this. Sometimes sitting down and doing like an 18-minute like reaction video can be a little difficult for me with my ADD addled brain. But when Billy Strings is up there playing, it's like, nope, we're locked in. It's a cure to ADD. You're not going to be able to focus on anything else except for Billy Strings and the wonderful music that he's creating right there at that time, especially when powered by cannabinoids. Billy's a maniac when it comes to just like his overall vibe. He can be as talented and gifted at playing the guitar as he is and just act like it's nothing. Even when he's talking to people about it, act like it's nothing. He's like, yeah, I can play. That's like the extent of it. And I have such respect for that, to be that humble. And like, I'm telling you, I know I've talked a lot about it, but if you haven't watched the This Past Weekend podcast episode with Billy Strings on it, go do it. It's really good. It's a great listen all the way through. You're not going to want to put it down. And you get to hear about like some of Billy's like drug experiences, like DMT trip stories. So if that's like your vibe, very interesting content there. Plus, it's just like a good time all the way around. Like Theo's hilarious and Billy's a good dude, and like they just kind of feed off of each other. So highly recommend going and watching that if you haven't already. I had a great time with this. My brother texted me. He said like, yo, next time Billy Strings comes through, we should go. And I was like, all right, yeah, I think we might have to. I have slept on Billy Strings for so long. I'm just now coming around to him. So I'm so happy to be here and be able to understand who he is as a musician and have so much of his catalog that I get to uncover now. So if you have any recommendations for Billy Strings songs you want me to check out or do reactions for, let me know in the comments so I can do that. I'm looking for more Billy Strings to get into. This was just another great experience to be had with the magical fingered man himself, Billy Strings. And being in the headspace that Billy was most likely in that moment right now just adds to the whole magic of it all, I think. So I'm going to go look for more Billy Strings. You guys do me a solid. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Go support Billy Strings. Add more of his music to your musical arsenal if you haven't already. And I'm going to go get into some other stuff and probably smoke pot about it. So hopefully I'll see you there. Dragon abides.